This is just a quick review for aligning the parts and pieces of the gear puller screw. I have all 5 parts drawn up here on the screen. I have the cone, the cylinder that connects the cone to the threaded section. The threaded section uh, is connected to the knob by this little cylinder, but now I need to align those parts and pieces accurately to get this thing so that it's the correct length. All I'm going to do is take these pieces, and right now I'm in the front view. That's how yours should be oriented as well, so that when we're in right isometric, it's angled the same way as the sample drawings. But in the front view, I'm going to select all 5 pieces, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to align those in this view using center and left. So they're all aligned on the left edge right over here now. Now I'm going to go into the right view and just make sure that I align them all center, because they need to be aligned perfectly down the center point of the cone. Now back in the front view, all I'm going to do is move all of the pieces except for the knob, the size of the knob. So here it tells us that that's 7/8 of an inch long. I'm going to go into wireframe to make it a little easier to see. But now what I can do is I can select all the cylinders in the cone, the threaded section, and I'm going to just move those over 7/8 of an inch. Now all those pieces are lined up right here on the right edge of the knob. Now what I need to do is move just the threaded section and the smaller cylinder and the cone the size of that cylinder. Now you know what that is. Hopefully you figured that out by doing some math and subtraction. Just try and get these 3 pieces that I need. I'm going to move those over the size of that cylinder. Now I've got the knob lined up right where it needs to be, the cylinder that connects the threaded section, and the threaded section right where I need that to be. Now I'm just going to take that smaller cylinder and the cone and move those over the distance of that threaded section drawing. So that puts the cylinder in place exactly where I need that to be. The last one that I'll need to move over is just the cone, and I'll need to move that over 3/16 of an inch. That's how big that extrusion was. There we go. Now I should have all those parts and pieces where I need those to be. I'm going to take a second and just add them together. I always like to add these individually, because if I add them all at once, it puts it into a work group, which I don't like. Now, if that's done correctly, the total length of the screw would be 7¼ inches. When I select this screw up here, it tells me that it's 7¼ inches. If that number is anything else off by a couple thousandths of an inch, it usually means that somebody tried to nudge these parts and pieces into place, and something's either got a gap or an overlap. So when I check this, I'll be checking that number on the electronic copy that you turn in, and it has to be 7¼ If I double click on this, I can take it back to the original parts and pieces and check those to see exactly how things were aligned. Last thing I'm going to do with this is try and add a chrome texture to it. when we take a look at that piece, it should look just like the one on the sample that's the printed page. Just took a little while there because of the threads. But there's the final screw and what it should look like. Again, that's already completed with the 30-degree cut on the end of the knob and the correct size cone. Hope that helps to get everything aligned. If you have any questions, let me know.